Hello, sunshine. This is Joy from Michigan in the United States, and I am in the mood to just do some experimenting today. So I have an 8x10 piece of glass because I didn't want to use a canvas for an experiment. I eventually will get a tile, but I don't have one yet. So I'm just going to use, it's a piece of glass from a frame. So I just took the glass out of the frame, and that's what I'm using to practice on. And then if it turns out really pretty, you can save it on the glass and put resin or varnish over it, put it back in the frame, and you've got a completed painting. Or you can resin over it. And sometimes the resin piece might not go back into the frame quite as easily, so you would have to be aware of that. And then I have a cup right here handy in case I decide I want to scrape it. I can still save the paint, so I'm not out really anything. So it is a nice hot day here in Michigan. I think we are upper 80s right now, and it's not going to cool off anytime soon. So I decided my workspace wasn't big enough, guys. All right, so I've mixed up this beautiful color. I don't know what to call it. Goldenrod is what I was aiming for. So it is cadmium medium yellow plus cadmium orange hue and plus one little tiny drop of Dioxazine Purple because I wanted to take it deeper, but I didn't want to add black. So this is the color that I have. It's very orange. I almost feel like it could use a little more yellow, but I think I'll use it as is today, and then I can always add yellow to it later. All right. So here goes nothing. It's really hard to tell. Maybe I should do this way. Can you guys see that okay? Hard to tell because it's glass. All right, let me get some paint on it first, and then we'll see if we need to move it around. So I had this idea in my head, and I'm really not sure if it'll even work. So we'll just see what happens as we go. This is titanium white. All of my colors are mixed with Floetrol and water at a ratio of 1 to 1.5. I would like to start experimenting with just Floetrol and eliminate the water, but I feel like my Floetrol is so thick it would be hard to get it to the right consistency. All right. My biggest fear with doing this experiment is honestly that I'll break the glass. So I'll be careful. I would like to get a tile, just like a ceramic tile from the hardware store, to do stuff like this on. When I just like, oh, I have this idea, let me try it and see if it works before I use up a canvas on it. So. And I was going to spread my color before, but then it would be hard to show you what I had as my work surface. And of course, practicing on a piece of glass it's going to interact very differently than it would with a piece of canvas or wood. So, you know, I may try something on here and love it, and then try to do the same thing on another surface and find that it just doesn't work the same. So it's just helpful to go into these kinds of things with that in mind, that this may or may not work. So for those of you that have already subscribed to my channel, thank you guys so much. It lets me know that there's people out there interested in what I am doing and that you'd like to see more. So if you fall into that category and you've not yet subscribed, I'd love it if you'd subscribe. If you hit the notification bell, you will be informed anytime that I post a new video. Just popping air bubbles. All right, I don't want to get that glass too hot, so trying to be careful. Also, I love to read comments, see what people thought of what I did, so feel free, leave me a comment, let me know what you think. All right. So this is what I'm working with. First of all, I'm looking out my window. My irises are in bloom, which is my favorite flower. So it makes me happy to see those. So this color was kind of inspired by them, but they're quite a bit more yellow. I'll add a picture to this so you guys can see my irises. And then if I add purple, we're gonna get mud. So what do I wanna do? What do I wanna do? Let's do some crimson. And I'm not really being particular about my colors either because, like I said, this is just an experiment. So this is crimson with silicone, which I just love this shade of red. It is so pretty. So let's put some of that on here. We may get some pink as well because there's white. And I'm just gonna do 3 colors. I'm not gonna go too far with this experiment just because I have no idea what it's going to do. I'm not necessarily looking for cells. This is Dioxazine Purple. But if I get them, I'm okay with that. All right, guys. So my idea was a puddle swipe where you have all this negative space and then just swipe. So here we go. Just gonna play with the paint. My goodness, look at that lacing there. Wow. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. I didn't think there was that much silicone in this, but we sure are getting silicone-like effects. I was hoping to get some more orange in there, but that didn't really happen. My goldenrod kind of got buried. So again, just experimenting today, see what we can come up with. I don't have anything in mind. This right here is just gorgeous. Oh, look at that. I didn't mean to do what I did, but boy, did it make something pretty. So I'm just gonna keep swiping until I think I'm done. Oh, those are such pretty cells. I really don't wanna, oh, so much pretty there, but I really need to bring up some more color. See if I can do this left-handed. A little too much pressure. That's the problem with doing it with your non-dominant hand, is getting the pressure right. Maybe I will just flip this. There we go. Might be easier for you guys to see too. I'm not loving my composition right now, but it sure is fun to fiddle. Look at those colors. Oh, I love these colors together. All right, so the swiping works. It didn't quite create the effect I want. I think the silicone was a problem for me. But my gosh, we have some really pretty stuff. The lacing over here is just incredible. And then we've got some really pretty cells down here. We're getting a lot of white blobs, which I don't love. I'm not sure if that's from the silicone. I'm gonna guess it is, but it's going all the way down to the base of the glass piece. So that's not wonderful, but I am gonna try to do a little bit of blowing it out and see what that does. Okay, there's the color combo I need. That red with the goldenrod is absolutely stunning. So maybe I will have to do a reverse flower dip with that red and that goldenrod. That's really pretty. All right, not liking the effects I'm getting there, but really, really interesting, guys. And I don't think I'm going to go any further with this. This might be my shortest tutorial video ever. But like I said, I was just going for an experiment. Sometimes I think it helps to just play in the paint. And when it's low risk like this, you know, I can wash this off, I can reuse it, I can try again, but I can also see how these paints interact together. So I'm going to take you in for a close-up and I'll explain what I'm seeing with each individual color. Thanks, guys. All right, guys, back with you. I'm not sure that this is a keeper, but I do want to go in for a close-up. Look at this lacing, and that's that Dioxazine Purple interacting with the white, I think. So I may try that again. That would be so beautiful on a reverse flower dip. So, and then over here we've got this lovely group of colors, kind of mixing and mingling. I love that yellow, pop of yellow in there. The red did have silicone, but that was the only one. I don't like the cells I got. They're very blobby, like that right there, just a big fat blob. I probably could have mixed the paint a little more. And then over here, we have that red and that goldenrod color that I mixed up together, and oh my stars, it's so lovely. So I think I will try that on a reverse flower dip. I don't know if I'll throw the purple in there too, but maybe I will. We shall see. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. I will see you on the next one. All right, guys, back with you one last time. I went around to any section that I thought had extra color under it and just used my straw to kind of add some wispiness to the edges so that the piece had more of a continuous feel with it. It wasn't like there was a swipe and then there was a section that was a Dutch pour. It just feels more uniform. I just love this section here. I definitely have to do a flower with that red and that goldenrod. And then the lacing up here is gorgeous. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks so much.